Welcome back to GBGuns Armory, where we're looking back at stuff previously reviewed, stuff that's been out for a while, and looking to create conversation. This is the time when we can actually talk about things that we've got experience about, because these videos are not on the latest and greatest hotness. It's more about the actual ownership stuff. So I'm looking to hear from you guys what your thoughts and feelings are on things. In today's video is one of my premium builds, and the topic that I want to talk about is premium AR stuff. What's the fanciness? And is it worth it to you guys? I'll start up front so we can see what's going on here. We have a titanium muzzle device. I used the same one on the green rifle build and loved it. It's great to have lightweight out front. The thing is very effective as a brake. One thing to keep in mind is with titanium though, you do get some sparks. I do not recall who made the barrel, but the handguard and gas block is from Patriot Ordnance Factory. My intent with this build was to premium gun at home build, if you will, and slowly collect and select premium parts, not necessarily from the same brand, but just to highlight certain features that I wanted to have. And the reason why the Patriot Ordnance Factory Dictator gas block is in here: one, I had used it on the green rifle and came to love it. Two, you get 9 positions, easy to adjust, and it has a straight gas tube. It goes straight back. It is a tall block that requires this handguard, which is a little bit beefier, but I've got large hands, so that works well. And you can see in here, and I believe I've got a video on this full build, but there's a massive barrel nut in there that has looks like lots of flutes. It is a giant heatsink, and that works very well to help keep things cool. Our QD points are actual steel, not aluminum, so you're not stripping out of the handguard. The upper receiver is bootleg ink, just because I like those looks. Lower receiver is from ADM, and that's because it's full ambi. And what I like about them is right here, their bolt control. What this enables is, so you're shooting, you want to stop, you need to lock the bolt to the rear, pull on the charging handle, and lifting on that lever, I did not have to move my right hand at all. Same thing with when feeding, you get your fresh mag in, and drop right there. The bolt and carrier are some type of special premium thing that I don't remember anymore. Trigger, I believe, that's something special. I don't recall anymore. Then I've got a rubber hoe grip, because I love those things. The primary weapons systems enhanced buffer tube, which has a little tongue to fight against carrier tilt, the ratchet and castle nut, all that kind of stuff. And this Blackhawk stock, just because I simply had it. Is this thing any better than a $400 budget build? Maybe, maybe not. Accuracy? Sure. Does accuracy really matter? Depends on what you're looking for. It's certainly fun to shoot accurately. However, when you're talking about the difference between 1 MOA and 2 MOA, at any distance where 5.56 is actually useful, that really doesn't matter. And I think that's something that a lot of people forget about or get lost in when they're chasing ARs around. Yes, it's very rewarding and very fun to shoot a tight group on paper at the range. Love it. I totally get it. Sometimes that's worth it. Sometimes that's why we spend the money. If you're looking for a fighting rifle, hell, 6 MOA is more accurate than you're likely to need in any legally defensive shot you could take. Think about that. 6 MOA, 6 inches at 100 yards. You could still hit a face, easily hit a torso. Then you have to defend the fact that you made a 100-yard shot in court. So is accuracy really that important if it's a defensive rifle? I don't know. Ease of operation and handling and all that kind of stuff, yes, this to me feels much nicer than a cheap one, but that's ergonomics, and ergonomics are all personal choice, personal preference. So once again, is there really much of a difference? What I think is fun in doing builds like this, and my green rifle build, is making it your way. And I know it's tired, and yes, this grip is on backwards. That's because I like to grip it like this and hook my finger into that little spot there. I think they're really just for fun, for the most part. Do I need a fighting rifle? Does anyone need a fighting rifle? Hopefully not. Should you have one? Yes. Do I have others? Yes. Was this worth the money I spent on it? For the joy of building? Yes. I think it's fun to enjoy the fact that the AR has been around for the better part of a century, and as a result, mil-spec is, for the better part of a century, outdated in design and manufacturing capabilities versus what you can get now with aftermarket companies like all the ones that are involved in here. So why not have some fun with it? It does cost a little bit more money, but when you go to the range, there's a little bit of pride of ownership in it, in doing builds, and I think that's what makes building ARs so addictive. It's not really building, it's assembling. But in that assembly, choosing the parts and feeling the difference that they make from one build to another is kind of fun. So with that, I ask you guys, premium or basic? And if you're going premium, would you buy one that's factory assembled so that you've got the warranty and all that? Or would you piece together like I did here for the fun of making one that's the way you want it? That's GBGuns Armory. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.